Since I'm looking like close at the phone, it's a home phone. I'm able to keep my eye dominance on my left, which is what I was born with. Are you left eye dominant?
No.
This conversation may not get anywhere then, because there's a subconscious and conscious difference between left eye dominance. I don't know how much you know. Yeah, I guess if you know the strawberry sky looks like, well, the sky looks like strawberry milk sometimes during the sunset, then you probably might understand a little bit. If you don't, then I probably am wasting my time. But I'm trying to change my eye dominance back to my left after 28 years of being right eye dominant, because when I was 7, I lived in Bennington, and I blew a firecracker up near my left eye after sticking it in a Roman candle. I was dumb. I stuck my face down there. It blew up, and then I had to wear an eye patch on my dominant left eye for, I don't know how long you guys made me do it, but I was at your clinic. Throughout my life, I needed eye surgery. That I was born with a rare eye disease called dissociated vertical deviance, and that caused me to pretty much be in a conscious coma until November, when Dr. Saw gave me the surgery. And
Okay.
I was told there were other options besides possibly the other options besides this atropine drop, because my right eyeball is like a chocolate forest, but the problem is left eye dominance is more like the beach. And since I switched, I don't really like being right eye dominant, because like when I close my eyes, it seems to switch normally, or my brain tries to switch over, which pretty much the wiring is trying to switch. I'm trying to produce more electric currents onto the left side sockets, strings of my left eyeball, but my brain just won't switch most of the electricity over to those two cords that go from my left eye to the back of my visual cortex. When I'm awake and like doing normal things, like I just looked away from the phone and now I'm right eye dominant and I'm looking around, and eventually if I stay like this, I end up just not being able to slowly conversate. So now I am back looking at the phone so I can somewhat stay on train of thought.
Okay.
I am waiting for Dr. Saw to call me. I don't remember when he gets back to vacation. And I'm just trying to get ease of mind, because if I can't get, like, the inevitable goal is one way or another, I'm going to be left eye dominant, even if I have to poke out my right eyeball with a thumbtack. I do not care, because I wasn't born in the chocolate forest. Sorry. And I don't know if you believe me. And that really doesn't matter at this point, because I have a lot of things that I'm working on in the internet and business and stuff that will change the argument between the left and right of politics. Because if we can't unify and understand left and right eye dominance, and I'm thinking that if you're born left brain dominant but you're right eye dominant, then maybe it's called fork in the road theory, which I feel the people that are not the same eye dominance as their brain dominance are probably the more mentally ill or criminally minded people. And I think the only way to help them would be the doctors need to make them the same eye and brain dominance. And I don't know if humanity is ready to accept that. I don't know if that's true or not. I was never able to make it to be a neurologist. Are there other options at this point? Because I had the eye surgery and I told him, I was like, please change my eye dominance back to my left. And he said it might work, it might not. I don't know. I don't think he was taking me seriously. And then I contacted him later and I said, I need to be left eye dominant. I'm tired of feeling like I always have to say things like I have a strawberry heart or blah, blah, blah. And like, there will be a strawberry tampon that I have trademarked that will be being sold in stores as soon as I get my papers from the government, and I can actually go market that to a company to produce them. And then people are really going to freak out, because I've already had lots of people freak out when I first invented the strawberry tampon and drew pictures of it. and was telling people about it. And I got fired from my job. And a lot of people think I'm apparently, from what people quote, something out of Silence of the Lambs, which I don't know what that means. I don't remember the movie. Are there other options besides the eye drop? Or am I going to have to like suffer, like psychologically suffer like sometimes, not all the time, but there are times that I get so anguished because I'm just not left eye dominant. I might end up poking out my right eye. But do I have to, is doing this eye drop for 90 days the only solution?
That is an excellent question, and it's difficult for me to say because I am not your eye doctor. Okay, I've never evaluated you before. You gave me an excellent history, but I've never actually seen you and seen your dominance. I can tell you in general, ways that we can help with eye dominance include patching, drops, or surgery. So it sounds like you've done patching or drops and surgery.
No. He didn't do the surgery for my eye dominance. He did the surgery for my disassociated vertical deviance. And literally, apparently, for what I'm hearing from you, you can switch eye dominance with surgery. I asked him to, and he literally disobeyed me when I told him I wanted to be left eye dominant because he didn't take me seriously, that I actually remember being left eye dominant. So there is an actual surgery. You can just switch my eye dominance.
There is not a surgery that is standalone switching eye dominance.
Okay. What do you?
If that DVD was causing your right eye to be dominant.
No, I think the firecracker did that.
Help with that.
Okay.
It's difficult for me to say because I've never seen your eyes before, but there is
I understand.
standalone surgery to do the eye dominant switch.
Can you say that again?
The eye dominance. There is no standalone surgery to switch eye dominance.
But it can be done while you're in there doing other surgeries.
No, if the dominance is secondary to the DVD that he fixed, or if you had surgery to fix, then as soon as your eyes heal up from that surgery, that should help with the dominance difference. Theoretically. I don't know.
Oh, no, it didn't work. It did not switch my eye dominance. He said he would try, and it didn't work.
Okay.
And
okay.
Now I think I'm doing the atropine drop, and I was given the atropine drop prescription like longer than I've been taking it because like it literally freaked me out. I looked up what it was. It comes from a plant called the deadly nightshade, and I could see why it's so hard to get. It's a very, very, very bad hallucinogenic drug, but I do need that to get over to the left side because it lessens the stimulation in my right eye. My brain is telling me this is not going fast enough, and I keep there's thumbtacks at Walmart. One thumbtack's all it takes to the center of my pupil, and I will be left eye dominant because I can't sit over here and hear the evil shit that I mean, it's not really evil shit to me because I'd hear it. I think of all the psychology stuff on the other side, but when I'm in my right eye dominance, I talk too much. And not on topic because I switch.
Okay. Do not put a thumbtack in your eye. I know Dr. Saw was out of the country last week. I know for a fact that he will be back on Monday. I do not know when he is back in Omaha.
Well, I have an appointment on the 16th or something.
Morning, Sunday night.
It just drives me crazy when I close my eyes.
Then don't do the atropine.
No. I have to. That's the only option. And I can't wear an eye patch. Because originally they told me to wear the eye patch and do the atropine. So I was doing that for for a while, and then I went around and applied to damn near everywhere in the area that I could get a job. And you know, I probably lost a lot of jobs because I was wearing the eye patch. But then last week I found out you were just supposed to use the eye drop because your eye needed light. After I took the eye patch off, I noticed my brain naturally starting to switch my eye dominance once in a while when I actually, you know, look at a phone, or when I'm driving, I can actually kind of keep it for a while, unless like there are telephone poles on the right that, you know, pull my right eye back over. And like, I don't know what degree I need my left eye to be in, according to the center of my eye socket, and where my eye needs to be degreed focused in order to get me to the eye dominance of left. And I don't know if you even know or know anything about what degree eye dominance needs to be before you like if I'm right eye dominant and the degree starts getting less, at what degree in my right eye dominance that's getting negative does it switch to my left eye dominance?
It's different in everybody.
Oh, okay.
Different thresholds.
And I've been trying to like make my brain move in the back where my visual cortex is, to try to get the electricity in my brain to just start, you know, pumping more through the left eye socket or the left eye cords. What are those cords called that come from your eye to your visual cortex?
The optic nerve.
Okay. Well, I've been trying to get my left eyeball's optic nerves to, you know, take the electricity away from my right eyeball's optic nerves. And like, so I'll make weird faces, and I'll try to, you know, I'll be left eye dominant, and I'll try to pull, I don't know, I'm just trying to help it or something. I figure if I can try to negotiate with quantum physics and move the positive ions around and in my body to the proper optic nerve, that it'll switch. And I don't know, I don't know, like I said, as you can tell, I know a lot about psychology, and there's so much more on my website, which you probably don't care about because you're just fixing people up. But you'll hear about it anyways when I start selling stuff on TV. I wouldn't worry about that. But like, it's horrible. Like, I invented frogology. Frogology is what psychology should be called. And I have all my information. I have all the important information on that website. Anything else that I put on there is just lesser information, because I'm working for God right now, and I'm not really getting paid to talk about the psychology stuff, the neurology stuff, because my inevitable goal was I wanted to be a neurologist, and I wanted to use analogies to see if I could tell the certain mental patients the correct thing, so I could rewire their neurons to firing a pattern towards the gland that wasn't working, so it properly produced the right amount of chemicals, so that they didn't have to take medication to help that gland make those chemicals. And I found myself working on my dissertation in my associate's degree program, and I dropped out, finished my dissertation, which is in 16 videos on my website, all credible. It's all credited to one article called "Soul and Soullessness" by Karen Janke. And you could probably find it by looking up digitalenvironmentalcommunication.com, if you care so, since you are a doctor. So I'm sure you can remember that website. But so I just have to wait and just deal with the anguish of, like, I just want to be left eye dominant again. And like,
I understand your frustration. I will have Dr. Saw reach out to you on Monday.
Okay.
And talk to you.
Do you remember that website?
Okay. I do not, to be perfectly honest with you, because I'm exhausted.
Okay.
But I will have Dr. Saw reach out to you. Do not put a thumbtack in your right eye. And I'll have him reach out and see where you guys can go from there.
And I'm just saying this because, like, I know that I can smoke actual light. Like, the light that I see, I can smoke it. And that's like giving people light that, like, feel depressed or something. So, like, yeah, that's probably a good conversation. I'm sorry I called you at 11:20.
It's okay.
If you could probably look up on YouTube Dr. Brown, because this has been being recorded, and my website will be in a link underneath there for you.
Okay.
Sorry to bother you with psychology, like, whoa, what's going on? But I hope it's probably enough to calm me down for a day. I don't know how often this happens where I just feel like poking it out, but I hope we can do something.
Do not do not poke out your eye. I will have Dr. Saw contact you on Monday to come up with a game plan, since he knows your history, did the surgery, and knows everything that you guys have tried.
Well, and like I said, my records of my eyes, my records from age 7, when I first called the hospital one time after the surgery, they're like, Chad, and I'm like, well, no, my name's Lefty, but Chad was my birth name at the time when I was 7 and at your hospital for my eye problem when I blew the firecracker up near it. So apparently you still have Chad's records from age 7, which I'm 35 now. So let him know that Chad Dillander was a patient, which is me, as a child the day that I blew the firecracker up near my eye. I was at Children's Omaha Hospital when I went in there.
Okay. I'll let him know that your early records are under Chad and your more recent records are under Lefty. So that way we have a
28 years ago. This phone number is my home phone. I prefer him to call my cell phone in case I'm not home. I need dish soap, so I got to go to town.
Okay.
402 879 9448.
Okay.
Like I'd like. Go ahead.
Oh, 402-879-9448.
Yes. Like when I say like I can literally or I can smoke actual light, I say that because I'm tired of people talking about shadows. It makes me that crazy being right. I want to deal with them. I don't want to see them. I just want to go back to the beach and be left eye dominant. Because I was born there. It's not gonna. I mean, there may be other people that have switched eye dominance that I don't know. But yeah. So you have a good night. And today's Saturday, right?
Correct.
Okay. And he gets in at what time Monday?
I don't know what time he'll be able to call you. I know that I will tell him as soon as I get into the office at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
And he will work it into his schedule.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, and the channel that's this YouTube video is on is TH Moon is an Eyeball, and it's called Dr. Brown.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Thank you. Bye.